Henry Wright. I'm a swimming coach at 26 Coaching Limited in Hong Kong. I'm Simon's coach for the swim. The swim is approximately 45 kilometers, depending on the conditions. It's a very, very hard swim. We do have warm water, which is great for us. We don't have to worry too much about cold, which normally is a very, very big issue on long swims. Conditions are probably the biggest worry, because the conditions can change the length of the swim. It could be 12 hours, it could be 15 hours, depending on the conditions, how much swell there is, how much chop there is in the water. Simon is a very experienced open water swimmer. He's done a lot of swimming around Hong Kong. During this swim, there are a lot of big stretches of water that he's never been in before. He doesn't know those conditions. He doesn't necessarily know the route that we're going on. So it's imperative that we do as much training in those unknown areas, that we really direct him as a team as much as possible, so that when he's in the water, he knows where he's going straight, he's not going off route or anything, so that we really try to keep the swim as short as possible. We don't want to add any time or any distance onto this swim. So physically, this is a very, very long swim. So it is going to be very, very tough on the body, particularly on the shoulders. When we swim, most of the effort comes from these muscles here, this part of the body. So during training, we're going to be doing a lot of upper body strength work, a lot of core work, just to make sure that he has the muscular endurance, basically, to make sure that he can finish the swim, because it is such a long swim. The biggest worries in terms of being in the water are exhaustion and fatigue. Fatigue will set in because it's such a long swim. Again, he will get very, very tired. Exhaustion, we want to try and avoid that. When he gets exhausted, he will not be able to continue. So to combat that, the best way to do that here in this swim, probably the most important part of this swim, is his nutrition. Obviously, when you're doing a long swim like this, you're using a lot of energy. So if we don't replenish that, then his body will become fatigued and exhausted. He won't be able to continue the swim. The way we're doing that is basically we need to keep his calorie intake up. So we'll be doing that by feeding him carbohydrates, electrolytes, and fluids. Again, similar to the nutrition, dehydration is a major concern. Hong Kong water is very warm, so he is going to be sweating a lot. He won't be able to feel it because he's in the water, so chances of getting dehydrated are relatively high. So again, we have to make sure that he's getting enough water, enough electrolytes to replenish all of the salt that he's losing through sweat. Mentally, again, it's very, very tough, and it's the length of the swim that makes it even more tougher. Simon needs to be as, if not more so, mentally strong than physically strong. You can have a very small physical ailment or small niggle that he can think about that mentally will really put him off his game and will become a very big problem in this swim. Even though Simon will have a kayak next to him, he will have all of us on the support boat. He's got a really great team on the support boat, but essentially he is alone in the swim. He's alone with his own thoughts throughout the whole swim. So 12 to 15 hours with his own thoughts, depending on conditions. It's a long time to spend by himself. So if he's having any self-doubt or anything like that, it's going to be very hard for him to continue. So in training, we're doing a lot of race visualization so that he can experience that before getting into the water. So if he gets into any trouble with self-doubt or questioning himself at any point, he can pull himself out of that and get more into a more positive mindset to continue to swim.